Oga Diego. And that is why today we will be talking about Anambra ASATU Youth Training Workshop. That's what we'll be talking about today. For some people who have always wondered, oh, we need training, we need to know this, we need to learn. Oh, they're talking about leadership all the time, career development solution. How do we participate? How do we learn some of these things? How do we sit down and get hands-on practical training on what it means to be a better leader, to be a better person, to develop myself? So today we'll be talking about it, and the PG will give us all the details that we need to know about where and where. So if you would like to be part of the trainings going forward, please do not touch your dial. Stay here, get all the details, and let's move together. All right, so the PG, talk to us, sir. You keep talking about trainings, lots of programs that you have. You told me that you won't rest in 2025, and now we have something on the table.
Okay, thank you, Fiarono. The Anambra Youth, Ekenokwamono. You know, this training workshop, as an organization, ASATU Youth, when we came in, my administration came in on the 6th January 2023. What we did first was to review the constitution of ASATU Youth. And in doing that, we had to use the opportunity to set a new vision framework for the organization. And in that new vision framework, we set out some objectives, and one of the objectives was to do training, organize routine training, capacity building training for our members. You know, when you look at the composition of ASATU Youth, the leaders in the ASATU Youth are the ones who are leading the communities of 179. Each youth leader is part and parcel of the system. And then each youth leader has his own tenure in his community. And some have 5, 4, 3, 2. And once your tenure elapses, then we're expected to go and conduct election there. Then, coming into the ASATU Youth with the new vision framework, we are there to be a pillar in supporting community development at the state. That is why one of the functions of ASATU Youth is to provide policy and framework for the activities and programs of the Town Union Youth Wing in the 179 communities. So, it will be somehow that as ASATU Youth controls this Town Union Youth Wings, that once you emerge as a youth leader in your community, within the period you're going to serve your community, you will not participate in a training program that will improve your capacity, improve your competence, and make you deliver better. So we had to put in our objective that we will be organizing routine training for our members. And you can see 2023 when we came on board, and this is 2025, we've spent 2 years plus in the office. So we deemed it fit for this program to go on this time around, because there is need for youth leaders who are members, who are the active members of ASATU Youth, to be trained and retrained and retrained, so that by the time they are leaving ASATU Youth, they will have not just the knowledge there, they also have experience that will be required for future or bigger responsibilities in this society. So we look at it as a very important thing that we have to do. And in doing it, we are not looking at only Anambra alone. We are not looking at only Anambra alone. We're looking at the southeast. The southeast, because we have 5 states in the southeast. And just like I'm the leader of the Anambra Indigenous Youth, we have also leaders of the Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo. So we are going to invite the leaders of these further 4 states to be part of this training, so that they can learn from what Anambra is doing. You know, like I said, and I always say it, Anambra is the light of the nation. So we have leadership responsibility to show that light. So when they come and be part of this training, then they will go home and replicate similar thing in their states. And you know, if you're looking at what is happening in the country today, you find out that regional commissions have been set up by the federal government, which Southeast has its own, and other regions have their own, and they are there to drive development at the regional level. So we in the Anambra, knowing this drive, we will not wait for us to be called upon to participate. Rather, it is something that we have been clamoring for since 1966, when the war broke out, and now we have it. So we are embracing it, and in doing it, we also connect with the Development Commission of our Southeast Development Commission, and we are happy that one of our illustrious sons is, and a young person as well, is the MD, pioneer MD and CEO of Southeast Development Commission, and that is Honorable Marco Koye. So we're also going to look at him coming to share the agenda, the Southeast Development agenda in that workshop. Then we will also, because in ASATU Youth, since we came on board, we have had more than 110 elections in the various communities with the old ones who are there. So we are looking at a set of young people who are eager to join in developing their state. And if there's another one thing again I want to highlight. You know, if you watch Mr. Governor most times in interviews, he will say what he is doing with his team is to lay the foundation. That's why he usually say, na aka na ekwe bi nso ono na mata be ya mata. Because he's saying he is laying the foundation for a progressive Anambra. And that foundation, if you look at what that means, remember we have a vision framework of Anambra 2070. There's a document on that. And he was the chairman of that committee that was under Willie Obiano administration. Now, the vision 2070 of Anambra formed part of the document that was used in articulating the solution agenda. Now, there is need for these youth leaders to also understand the vision framework of 2070, Anambra 2070. Where are we looking at Anambra to be in 2070? It is the youth leaders who are there today. If they understand this vision properly and see the solution administration under the 5 key pillars, they will better appreciate it and be able to know that they have a responsibility as leaders of young people to ensure that young people who are in their domain are properly led and given the light within their domain. Because in every community where you have the Igbe, the PG, the woman leader, the youth leader, you see the youth leaders are playing a very critical role. Obodoga ademma on the youth. Obodoga aboko on the youth. So we are very clear with this role we are playing in our communities, and that is why we said, no, let us do this training. And let me also use this opportunity to also tell the youth leaders, because we know that this is an election year, and some people may be looking at it as an avenue for them to be reaching out to politicians and be asking them one or two things they will want to do for them. See, ASATU youth, I want to use the opportunity to state this very clear. ASATU youth is a community-based youth organization that the members can be apolitical, pro-government, but not anti-government.
Okay.
3 options: pro-government, apolitical, and anti-government. No youth leader is expected to be engaging with politicians who are seeking for elections. We are there to see that governance is delivered to the grassroots. That is our work. And if any youth leader feels that he doesn't want to join a political party, we don't have issue with that. But once you want to join a political party, you want to identify with a political party, we expected that you will be a member of the ruling party that is governing the state. The ruling party that is governing the state. Apart from that, you can be apolitical, but focus on your work of leading the young people. So those who are feeling that is a position that you will use to seek for partnership with people who are vying for elective positions, no, we don't provide our platform for such. That is why anybody who is the governor of the state, it is clear in our framework, anybody who is the governor of the state is leading the state government, is leading the Anambra, and we are to be partners with the state government, local government councils in delivering good governance for the people.
Okay.
So this is very clear, and our position is very clear, it's unshaken. And if you look at it, we are the youth wing of ASATU that has been changed to ASTOC. And if you look at the ASTOC thing, you find out that the association component of ASATU has been removed. Now council has been placed, meaning that there will be a legislation that will give legal framework for the continued existence of ASTOC. And knowing that we are fundamentally a youth wing of ASTOC, in as much as we are retaining our name ASATU Youth, we know that we are the 4th tier of the government institution. By the time ASTOC legislation is done, we will be playing the role of leading governance at the community level, while the local government administration will be supervising what the community leaders are doing. So that's very important.
Okay. Now, the PG has said so much. He has said a lot regarding how the youth, the right disposition of young people in Anambra State at this time, especially since we're in this is an election year.
Yeah.
And this year is very important. When you talk of the political climate in Anambra now, you see that a lot, it's building up gradually. And young people, there's something I took from what you said, and I'll articulate it this way. Young people are partners in progress because the progressives are working together. I took that from what the governor said when the president visited. So we are all supposed to work together progressively from our respective communities towards promoting the collective progress of our state, Anambra. And the initiative, this idea of holding the ASATU Youth Training Workshop, is to promote youth inclusion in government processes and developmental processes in Anambra State so that we'll all be well guided. Sometimes when someone tells you to do something, you'll ask yourself, oh, is this thing in the solution mandate? You say, I didn't find it in the solution mandate. I didn't see it in the vision of the SCDC, the Southeast Development Commission. So you're better informed about where the state is going. And to also bring this up, because when the youths gather this weekend, of course, you'll tell us all the details as we move on, PG. We, of course, know that they will also be coming, I believe they will come with a sense of the developmental plan for their respective communities. Because if we're able to find the link between Ebe Obodom Neje, the developmental trajectory of my community, linking it to the bigger vision for Anambra, and then the Southeast agenda, before even linking it to the national agenda and the SDGs, you find that I'm more grounded to be a leader of young people. So that way, from a sense of to the about the gas, young people enjoy confidence in your leadership. So I'm saying this so that all our young people who are supposed to be part of this, it is non-negotiable. It's not even something you can afford to miss. Lawal, what do you think?
Yeah.
When we talk about young people coming for trainings, we don't see that happening quite a lot. But you're from the West. You can tell us what obtains in your climb.
Okay. Actually, at the way in the West, like there are a lot of capacity development program, and ever since I got to Anambra too, I've been seeing a lot of things ASATU youth have been doing, putting together, and others. And I want every youth to know that we are part of the government as well. It's not until you hold a political seat before you can be part of the government. At least we have families. In our family, our daddy is the president. Exactly. Our mom is there. So mom is the vice president and others. So, and if you look at it, and wow, either you are the first son or the first daughter, you know that there's a responsibility on you and stuff. So definitely, we are all leaders in our own domain. And when we bring that to the bigger scale, then we understand that, okay, there are a lot of things we can actually bring to the table for change. So it's very, very important that we youth, we bring ourselves to the stage, make impact, and also build working systems.
Absolutely. Get ready for leadership. Yes. Build yourself. Makanonye Bo community youth leader now. Omaro Monyangwa Gabo state youth leader.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
And one national at different levels.
Yeah.
So if you don't prepare
even
yourself
local government chairman, local government mayor. You know.
You see, so there are ample opportunities,
Yeah.
but preparedness is the key. The problem we have as young people is sometimes the myopia is intense when you can only see the immediate. So if you have it does have local government. It does have Anambra, no Nigeria, and there's a world out there, a big world. Sometimes, you know what guides me, PG, is I look at the map of the world and I try to find my community, my state there. You feel that sometimes you can't even, you know, it's just a speck in even your state is a speck. So you see the world is big. So the much you can is at the community level. How do I play at bigger levels? I have to move. Manofodo Ghana eba that choose or not so youth leader. You know, so that's it. Let's take this seriously. So, PG, you would like for you to give us all the details. Okay,
the program is going to be on the 5th and 6th of June. 5th and 6th of June, 2 days workshop. And the first day, there will be opening ceremony. A lot of guests, social guests of honor are going to be invited on that day. They will be there. Then, after the opening ceremony, lectures will commence, and yes, we're making provision for accommodation for members. Then, after the first day, then second day, training. There will also be interactive section. Then there will be stimulation station session as well. Then. We expected also youth leaders to put on table the challenges they're having.
Okay.
In their various communities.
Okay.
You know, because each community is peculiar. And at the end of the day, we are going to produce a communique. We're going to produce a communique, and that communique will be made public.
Okay.
And one of the take-homes of the workshop is that there's something we are looking at as well, that by the time we are through with the workshop, we'll be looking at how do we collectively, as an organization, push for a bill, and probably partner with some members of House of Assembly, and a bill that will promote or deepen our value system in Anambra. Because it's very important that we do so, knowing fully well that the young people are the people that need, are the set of people that need these values more than any other set of people. And they need to deepen it in the sense that legislating our value system in the state. We cannot talk about any other thing more to us than that at this point in time, because the state government, through our leader, Professor Charles Kumasuludo, has brought in value system as a mainstream in the development agenda of the state. So ours now is to take this opportunity and deepen it. Let's go for the legislation of this value system in the House of Assembly. And if that is done, if that is done, we will be looking at an agency that will codify these values and ensure that critical institutions of our state are working in line with these values. When I mean critical institutions of our state, the religious institution and the educational institution, very important.
Okay.
Because you ask yourself, what are they using to teach our children in schools? What values are the schools using to teach our children? Very important. Then in the religious centers, what are they teaching these children? Very important. So the agency will monitor the compliance of these institutions in line with those values that have already been legislated in the House of Assembly. Now that define us as in the Anambra, the light of the nation, upon which other states we emulate to see such thing replicated in their own state. If we say who we are, I want the Anambra, what defines us as in the Anambra? What defines us? It's not enough to say children should do good things. Tell us those good things that we will do and hold on to grow. So that when we grow, we will not depart from these things. It's not enough to say, do good thing, do good thing. Define those good things. That's what we mean, that we seek for legislation. If you look at what they are using to teach our children in school, in the civic education, if you will not link it to even the national body, in the sense that Section 23 of 1999 Constitution has it there as national ethics. 7. But when you look at the curriculum for teaching young people, you will not even see those 7 ethics being used to teach our children ethics in the school. So you now ask yourself, why this disconnect? So what is the essence of putting those national ethics, 7 national ethics in the Constitution? So you find out that we as in the Anambra very conscious of this, and good thing Mr. Governor has made the 4th key pillar to be governance and value system. He will not do everything. That's why we have to, as believers in his administration, to play this role and see to it that it is consolidated. If you ask someone, whether the child of a poor man or a child of a rich man, once you're ensuring that these children go to school, they will be taught these same values. Whether you're a son of a rich man or son of a poor man, these values of truth, these values of fear of God, these values of self-reliance, discipline, life, truth, justice, liberty, community, dignity of labor, religious and ethnic tolerance, and love will be taught. Everyone will be taught these same values. And let me quote Obama. Obama said, in his book, Audacity of Hope, he said, it is the language of values that people use to map their world. It is what that can lead them beyond their isolation. I keep asking, who are we as in the Anambra being the light of the nation?
Thank you so much, PG, because when you talk about values, sometimes people think, oh, just because it's a school, it's a given that they teach values, but there's a difference between brilliance, being very bright and intelligent, and having values, and being a morally inclined person. So we should be mindful of that. Some people are so bright and smart, but when it comes to values, they're not there, and that means that there's no moral compass for the person to, and so they cannot be accountable to the system. They act anyhow. Yeah, so I quite agree that across the institutions that are supposed to handle socialization in the society, that it's very important, starting from the families. But of course, regulating families can be problematic because so a bit of structured systems like the schools and the church. I totally agree. All right, so now let's come to Lawal. But before we do that, we'll open up the phone lines. Makandine Gente that would like to get the details. Okay, I'll just say this. ASATU Youth Training Workshop, I thought it was this weekend, but obviously there's been a change. And it's coming up on the first week of June. That's the 5th and 6th of June, 2025. PG, you didn't give us the... Okay, no, the venue will be communicated, I think, to those...
The venue is ASATU Secretariat. Of course, it's for youth leaders.
Okay.
Yeah, ASATU Secretariat.
Okay, ASATU Secretariat. Because everyone. It's not for everyone. So the right people, I'm masigolo already because they have their systems and structures for information and dissemination. But all just for everybody to know, ASATU Youth Secretariat. ASATU Secretariat. Our youth secretariat is coming up, but I get go do men can ASATU Secretariat.
Yeah.
Yes, on the 5th and 6th of June. So let us make that
ASTOC Secretariat. Sorry, ASTOC. We're still...
Yes, okay, ASTOC Secretariat. Because ASTOC Secretariat, all the youth leaders across Anambra and from the 5 southeastern states, those who are able to join us, na Organiru, Obodani, Nakwazi, region that it has immense potentials, but is like our governor says, we haven't even started. So let us get the ball rolling. Lawal, talk to us about embedded system development as I open up the phone lines, and we'll be doing this together because time is never our friend on the program. So as you get ready to talk to us about what your field is about, I'll open up the phone lines. So yes, it's still part of it. We can always multitask. 0808 487 2166 0808 487 2166 or 0706 538 1320 0706 538 1320. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, please when you call us, turn down the volume on your radio set so we can hear you loud and clear. Call us and be part of the conversation this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Okay, we can barely hear you. All right, so Lawal Atafik Ayodeji, go ahead.
Okay, a lot of us actually go around with our smartphones.
Hello?
Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mal.
Yes, Keda Fagin Ebisiapo.
Afam Chizis Morumba not precisely.
Oh, nice. What you know who? You know if I who?
I just on my radio set, so I want to know. Actually, me and
Okay. Okay, ngwagebe ntị ị ga-anụ ya ị ga-ekwukwu ya ọzọ. Oh?
Okay, no
Thank you
problem.
so much for calling, Chizzy. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of us, we have radios, we have TVs, we have our smartphones, and some might be wondering, like, is this, we have AI, we have robotics and everything around us now, but what is the technology behind all these things? And that's where embedded system comes in. Embedded system is actually the combination of hardware and software. Like, when we talk about softwares, we look at big apps like OPay, PalmPay, Kuda, and others.
They did not pay us, so don't do advance
okay. I'm so sorry. They're it's just examples. So and when we talk about hardwares, we talk about some of us kind of like we consider things like the radio, our mouse, and everything. So, but what is actually bridging these things together? That's where embedded system comes in.
All right, hold it there. Hello.
Hello, is this AVS?
Yes, please. Good morning.
Good morning. Please, there is a message God said that I should drop to this ABS.
God said
that I should drop message here to announce the fellow Nigerians that the...
Please, if you would like to announce, you have to pay. One error announcement. Chukwusigodi announce he will empower you to come and buy, airtime and do a proper announcement. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead. That embedded systems bridge the gap between hard and software.
Exactly.
You see how intelligent I am?
Go
ahead.
So exactly now. So if you look at our smartphone, you notice there is always a software always updating. Yeah, updating one software.
Yes.
Exactly. And also, if you are unable to kind of like maybe you're calling someone and somebody is unable to hear you very well, they might tell you the mouthpiece is bad, the speaker is bad, and others. That's the hardware. So what's now controlling the software you're updating and also the hardware on your phone? That's actually where the embedded systems comes in. So we have the firmware in your phone that actually connects the hardware to your software. So as you are pressing those things on your phone, it's actually like your speaker is responding. You press volume up, you see that that level going up on your phone. If you press the snap button, you see your camera flash and others. So that's actually embedded systems. So, but we don't actually get to know these things based on it's people consider the field as a very complex field, which is not actually complex, but it's actually the field that powers automobile, robotics, aerospace. Like it powers. Let me just say, even AI. It powers AI because all these GPUs and others, they're all embedded systems as well.
Okay, what did you study at the university?
I studied electrical engineering.
Oh, nice. I was thinking it would be computer science.
No.
Yeah, but I believe you took courses.
Yeah. Because the way the electrical engineering curriculum is structured, there is a part of the university curriculum that you study. You are going to offer programming courses. So we did programming and we did hardware as well. So and aside, like it's not only about power, but it's about how do we now combine that hardware with the softwares we have studied. So and that's the reason why I after during my university days, I was able to kind of go in deeper and see how electrical engineering can be applied. And that was when I was able to find out embedded system, because at first I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer.
Okay, you're saying that you are the one who discovered embedded systems.
No.
Was that not what you heard?
No, I'm not saying that I'm the one that discovered. I said I was able to discover that there is a field called embedded system. Exactly.
Okay, beyond what you were taught
exactly
in class.
In class.
Okay, what university?
Olabisi Onabanjo University.
Nice. And you're in Oka. What's the connect?
Okay.
Olabisi Onabanjo is where? Is that
It's in Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Exactly.
Okay.
Remember.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're serving presently.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So service brought me here to Oka.
Okay.
And ever since I came to Oka, just like Honorable Ken has said, like we need to actually look at the value system. And you said something about capacity building for leaders and stuff. Like bringing up leaders. So and one of the major thing we should look at in this current world is we need to actually breed problem-solving leaders, like leaders that can provide solutions. Like it's not, you might not even know about the technical aspect of things, but you know that there's something we can actually do to actually solve this particular problem.
Okay, so what problem does embedded system development solve?
Okay. I mentioned that earlier, but the problem embedded system development solve is bridging the gap between the hardware and the software.
No, what I mean is for me, as
for
a
you.
person, and for society.
Okay.
Yes, you can talk about bridging, and it's still very
vague, right?
vague.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So embedded system development solve the issue of if in your place, if you don't have lights as well, you can as well come up with a design that can provide electricity. You can kind of like manufacture a device that can provide electricity for your own apartment. Like, let me give you an example. When I was in school, my school, like the engineering campus is always remote. I don't know why schools are like that. So the engineering campus was kind of like remote, and we don't have light. We don't usually have light. So I have to kind of like come up with my own solution. So I kind of like get a solar panel. With the knowledge I have, I got a solar panel, lithium batteries, and bulk converters. And before you know, I was able to kind of like come up with with a charging station that serves my laptop. It charges my phone. It allows me, like, it gives me light to read at night. And before I kind of like start thinking, okay, what's up? Like, if my friends are coming around to charge at my place. So, and I was able to kind of like do that because of the knowledge of embedded systems.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's that vast.
Exactly.
Okay, for someone like me, maybe what if my phone is bad? How can your knowledge of embedded systems help me? Maybe, of course, a phone that fell and the likes.
Okay. This is where the knowledge of embedded system comes in. Understanding that there's something actually controlling this screen that is bad. So the point is, most times if your if your phone drops and others, people are always like, is it the flex? Is it the screen? Some phones, the screen and the flex are together. And that's one of the things. Like, sometimes you that don't have the technical knowledge, you can leverage AI to ask those questions. So AI will be able to help you to break it down that, okay, this might be one of the major issues. But as an embedded system engineer, it will be easy to kind of like diagnose what the problem might be. Like, your touchpad is no more is no more interacting and stuff. Then definitely you might need to change this particular part. So that's just it. But you having the awareness that this is actually technology powering this device is very, very essential. And ever since I came to Oka, I embarked on a personal CDS on training youths, especially girls, because I'm standing on 4 SDG goals, which is SDG 4, quality education, SDG 5, gender equality, okay. SDG 7, which is industry, infrastructure, innovation, and also SDG 17, which is partnership.
For the goals.
Exactly. So, because the point is, if you look at, a lot of people used to say Nigeria education is backward. But what I've kind of like gotten is it's actually everywhere. Everybody's complaining that school is scam. But the point is, school is not a scam. It's all about we stepping up. Like, if people coming around to kind of like infuse these things into the curriculum as well.
Okay, so what do you train girls on?
Okay, so the personal study is the project is all about training girls on robotics and AI. So we are leveraging the knowledge of embedded system to bring it to the real world application. So we are I'm taking them on robotics, how you can write codes, make this code interact with hardwares, like. It's actually a thing of joy when I see those girls write codes and they see the code interacting with their hardware. Like the car is moving, it's coming forward, it's coming backward, and it's actually like they are commanding the hardware to do what they want.
Okay, and it's happening in Anambra.
Yes, it's happening in Anambra.
Please?
Girls Secondary School, okay.
Okay.
Yes, and we'll be having an exhibition on May 28th, immediately after Children's Day.
Okay.
Exactly. We don't want to disrupt the Children's Day. So it will be happening on May 28th, where the girls will be showcasing what they have built and others. And the program actually started last year, November. And I'm happy that with our progress, the girls qualified for to represent Anambra at Abuja in 2024 November, and also they were semi-finalists in the Anambra Innovation Week that was concluded last year as well. So and one of the beautiful things is we have a lot of reading talent, but you just need to kind of be able to refine them, and that's the reason why we need to have these things in the curriculum of these schools.
Thank you so much, Lawal Taufik Ayodeji, and we wish you well. I hope to come and observe the program on the 28th of
May.
Of May. Okay, the day after Children's Day. Well done, well done. Thank you. PG, what do you have to say about all that he has in going, and your final words as we close the program today?
Okay. I want to appreciate Lawal for his contribution in the state, Anambra, as he's doing his doing his service, national youth service here, and encourage him to continue to do more. Service to humanity is the hallmark of leadership, and service to humanity begins at youth. So he has started very well, and will continue to grow in that, and we ensure that Anambra State will appreciate him by the time he's completing his service here. Then for the young people who are benefiting from this, I say kudos to them.
Yeah, they are so privileged.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're looking forward to the ASATU Youth Training Workshop. So we see it's all about training. It's all about what you know. So wherever you are now, if you're seated in a bus, obuni no na keke, obuni no n'ime afia, togale kene juoye no ge n'akụkụ. Kedu nke na-eme?
Yeah.
Kedu nke mutago? Just I can see. But I'm just saying, yes, let us encourage each other. Learn something. Be hands-on. Be hands-on. When have a skill. Whether I'm going to that does not stop you from getting a skill. Skill up, and the future will be yours. Thank you so much, Lawal Taufik Ayodeji.
Thank you.
Embedded system developer and core member who is part of the solution in Anambra.
Yeah.
Thank you. And of course, appreciating the solution ASATU Youth PG, Comrade Kado Kohli. Thank you so much for helping us, for spurring the young people to also contribute to support our governor.
Oh, my family, this last Saturday, you miss
us for 1 minute.
You miss it, Pazi. In the Red Cross Ballon, the Healthy Living with Saludo team football match. The female I Bafa 0.
And the female one did Red Cross 0.
Yes.
Hey, Engineer Kingsley Okafor is my friend na Red Cross. I thought the come just a big call.
The female, I about 2-3, so they won us on the male side, but female side 0.
Wow.
A man I the Red Cross the other day. The Red Cross. The first aid box. What I got.
Kudos to the ladies.
Yes,
of
kudos
the
to
Healthy Living with Saludo team.
They are well, they've been training all the while. So congratulations to our ladies and Red Cross. Next time, I trust you. I am Ifi Aronwoka for thanking you so much for being there today. See you next Monday by 11. Bye.